Am I listening to and feeding my inner child, or am I feeding my ego? Both are an aspect of my mind. My inner child needs this protection. My inner child wants what my inner child has been crying for the longest time. Trigger after trigger after trigger. The ego wants to win every time and justify and moan and cry and pout and kick and scream and call it unfair. The other party was wrong. The other party did not understand. The other party makes me feel this way. It's a very subtle difference between the voice and the need of my inner child and the desire of my ego to win. Sometimes it is almost like the opposite side of the same coin. You have to sit down and listen to your heart. What is it that I really want? What is it that I'm not willing to give up? What is it that from this point on, I draw a line? What is it that I need to stand up for myself and say no to? When do I need to back off? Because the ego will continue to hammer until it wins. The ego doesn't care the damage it does to your loved ones or to yourself or to the very relationship you are trying to protect. Whereas the inner child needs me to stand by it. Am I there to support my inner child? Will I pay attention to my inner child? The inner child doesn't care whether I'm winning or losing. The inner child says, this is the priority. This is what is important. This is what is needed. So for the growing up and healing of that inner child, it is so important for me to stand up for my inner child, which means I need to stand up for myself. That I have to learn to say no to something, even to my loved ones, because something is very important for me. What does my inner child want? The ego, on the other hand, will not let down until it wins. The inner child will suffer. The inner child doesn't care about winning or losing. The inner child cares that, am I standing by it? Am I supporting it? Am I with it? Am I loving it? It's literally, in some way, when I hug myself, I'm saying I love me despite my imperfections. Actually, imperfections doesn't even come into picture. It is I love me. The same way I say I stand by, I stand for, I stand with my inner child. When I love me, there is no place for ego. Life is beautiful.